You know, if you ask a room full of professionals about their absolute biggest hurdle, it usually isn't some complex technical skill. It's actually this: public speaking. Just the thought of standing up in front of a crowd can literally make your heart pound. But, well, here is the really good news. You are entirely capable of taking that deep-seated fear and turning it into a genuinely powerful skill.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're demystifying the art of the presentation, and we're doing it by pulling time-tested research from Harvard, Stanford, and Toastmasters International. We're going to equip you with some expertly backed communication strategies. We'll explore the psychology behind exactly why we get nervous, how you can conquer both the physical and the digital stages, and how cutting-edge AI is completely changing the way we practice.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. First, the fear of speaking. Second, mastering the live stage. Third, owning virtual presentations. Fourth, the art of evaluation. And finally, using AI as your speech coach.
All right, Section 1, the fear of speaking, understanding PSA.
2,253. Now, that is not just some random number. According to a systematic review and meta-analysis presented at the World Conference on Future of Education, that is the actual number of participants across 26 different research papers studying this exact fear. The sheer volume of academic data here proves one very comforting fact. You are absolutely not alone. This is a totally universal human experience. Academics actually have a name for this: public speaking anxiety, or PSA. It's a fear-inducing, anxiety-provoking experience that, honestly, can cause people to miss out on some massive educational and professional opportunities. But here is the crucial takeaway from all this: psychological interventions actually work. Meta-analyses show a massive positive effect size, specifically a G of 1.17. To put that simply, structured practice literally rewires your anxiety. You really don't have to be stuck with this fear forever.
Moving right along to Section 2, Mastering the Live Stage, Harvard's Advice.
So, Harvard lays out some truly fantastic best practices here, and they all pretty much revolve around one idea: shifting your focus away from yourself and on to your listeners. First up, know your audience. If you understand exactly who you're talking to, you can tailor your words, your organization, and your overall message perfectly to them. Second, please do not read from a script. Nobody likes being read to, right? Unless it's bedtime. It completely fractures your interpersonal connection with the room. Instead, just work from a brief outline. And third, let your personality shine through by using humor and stories. An audience wants to see a real, relatable person, not just a talking head. So remember, your connection to the room and your authenticity matter far, far more than achieving absolute perfection.
All right, Section 3, owning virtual presentations, Stanford's rules.
Now, presenting online requires a completely different energy. Stanford's Matt Abrahams offers some golden rules for this. First, and honestly, this is a real game changer: stand up. Even though your audience can't see your whole body, simply standing allows you to use belly breathing, employ better vocal variety, and just stay hyper-focused. Second, look directly at the camera lens, not the screen. Treat that tiny little plastic lens like your best friend in the room, and you'll become a true TV personality. And finally, be early. Log in way ahead of time to troubleshoot your tech so you aren't, sweating over a broken microphone when you should really be focusing on your message.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the contrast. In a live setting, you have this immediate feedback loop, right? You can literally read the room, see people nodding, or instantly notice if they're looking confused. But virtually, you're kind of just staring into a void of muted squares. So Stanford has this brilliant workaround. Deputize a colleague or an assistant to act as your eyes and ears. Have them monitor the chat, field those pesky technical issues, and queue up questions for you. It takes all the pressure off of you and keeps the whole presentation totally seamless.
That brings us to Section 4, the art of evaluation, continuous improvement.
So, you delivered the presentation. Great, but delivering it is really only the beginning. To truly conquer public speaking anxiety and actually improve, you need feedback. And let's be real, no one knows feedback quite like Toastmasters International. But giving feedback is a delicate art. If an evaluation is way too harsh, a speaker might just get discouraged and quit altogether. But if it's overly kind, well, the speaker learns absolutely nothing. To find that perfect balance, Toastmasters relies on the classic sandwich approach. Basically, you take a targeted, constructive piece of critique and you slide it right between two thick slices of genuine praise. You start by telling them what impressed you, you offer a highly targeted suggestion for improvement, and then you conclude on a really positive, motivating note.
But here's the thing.
A truly great evaluation actually starts before the speech even begins. Toastmasters lays out 3 concrete steps for an evaluator to prep. First, you have to read the project and its specific objectives. Second, review the evaluation guide so you know exactly what it is you're looking for. And third, and this is absolutely the secret sauce, talk with the speaker beforehand. Ask them what their specific goals are. Are they working on eye contact, vocal variety? When you actually understand the speaker's personal goals, your feedback transforms from generic judgment into a highly tailored, incredibly useful tool for their growth.
And finally, Section 5. AI as your speech coach. The future.
This is where it gets really cool. A recent scholars-based study actually pitted AI-generated feedback against traditional human teachers for university students. The results? Well, both the human teacher and the AI improved the students' actual oral performance and presentation skills equally. But when it came down to anxiety, the AI group saw a notably greater and much faster reduction in their fear. Why? Because practicing in front of a machine entirely strips away the fear of human judgment. You can mess up in front of an AI 10 times over, and it's simply not going to judge you.
As the study beautifully puts it, AI holds a distinct advantage in decreasing public speaking anxiety, which points us toward a powerful hybrid pedagogical model. So, what does that actually mean for you? It means the future of mastering the stage involves harnessing the strengths of both worlds. You use AI tools in the total privacy of your living room to rapidly strip away that fear of judgment, practice your pacing, and refine your delivery. And then, once you're ready, you step in front of humans, like a Toastmasters group or a trusted colleague, to really refine that empathetic, nuanced connection and storytelling.
So we've seen the data. Anxiety is totally normal, but it is also entirely fixable. You literally have centuries of human wisdom and cutting-edge AI right at your fingertips to improve for both live and virtual stages. So the real question isn't whether you can become a masterful speaker, but rather, are you willing to step out of your comfort zone, actively seek out a rigorous evaluation, and finally let your voice be heard?